Welcome back, everyone. Invest the Rest here. And I wanted to put out a quick video tonight about the $10,000 initial balance portfolio that is focused on high yield dividend ETFs that pay weekly and pay monthly. This account was started at the beginning of 2025, and I've been putting out videos to track its progress since. Now, like I said, the previous video from last night was my usual weekly update video for this account. And this account has seen better days. It is down. The market is down, and this account took quite a big hit. So check out that first video to see how much down we are. However, this video, I had to get this out because our last three scheduled dividend payments were announced this morning. They're the last three payments of the month of February, so we can finally take a look at our February total. And why is this video so important? This video is very important because the last three payments were far and above my expectations. They were quite large compared to previous announcements, and I'm really excited to go over those. Now, before I get into the details, as always, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, and my videos are for entertainment purposes only. These are my opinions, and this is my own personal investment strategy through three different strategies, really, that I've been tracking throughout the year of 2025. So as you can see here on the screen, I believe in the previous video we were down around negative 6%. This account has regained a little bit of ground towards the positive side. We're down negative 2.6%. Much better, in my opinion. Not too bad overall, considering recent market activity. We have three funds compared to the two in the previous video that are now technically in the total net return percentage in the positive, right? We have PLTY, SMCY, and now NVDY, which did announce earnings after market close today, brought that fund into the positive, and into the positive based off of where we bought. Now, I believe NVDA earnings, which is the underlying of NVDY, did in fact meet or beat expectations, so that should be a good sign for anything associated with NVIDIA tomorrow at market open. So we regained a little bit of ground, minus 2.61%. Now that's not only because of a market shift to the positive side, but also because of the massive dividends earned. If you watch the previous video, you'll know the dividend total was not $1,074. It was a little bit, or I should say, quite a bit lower. Additionally, our total capital loss, $1,335. Because of the slight uptick in the market today, we got $1,335 in loss. Yesterday, we were $1,500 in loss. So we gained almost $200 there. We gained the additional three payments that we'll pay by the end of February. And this account is really swinging to the upside. And that's why this video is so important, because it really changes the status of this account, the progress of this account for this week. So let's scroll down to the February table, and you will see the three funds here. I'll zoom in a little bit, that announced their dividend payment, the last three for February. So NVDY, we own 45 shares of NVDY, and it paid $1.61 per share. If we go back up to January, that almost doubles the payment from January, which was rounding up 83 cents per share. If we go up to December, which our $675 goal is based on, we take a look at NVDY, it was $1.18 per share in December. So NVDY in February not only beat January, but also beat the month that our projection was based on. So very, very good performance from NVDY. That gave us $72.53 that will pay on 2/28. So let's take that one off the board. Now, this is the whopper. This is the huge one. My jaw almost hit the floor when I saw this announcement. PLTY, $5.94, rounding up, $5.94 per share. Now, PLTY, going back up to the table here, if we look at PLTY, it is more expensive, right? We bought at $68 per share. The current price is $70 per share versus NVDY is a third of that at 20. We bought at $23.63 and its current price is $20.58. So NVDY, it is a lower priced fund, so you would kind of expect a higher dividend from PLTY, but that's not necessarily how these funds work, right? The performance is not always linked to the performance of the dividend is not always linked to the price of the fund. Any one of these funds, depending on the month and the performance of the underlying fund that the option contracts are traded on, could have a bigger month in dividend payments than the other, right? It's not unrealistic to think that Coney, NVDY, MSTY could have a larger payment than PLTY if PLTY has a bad month. But that being said, that's why we only own in this portfolio 15 shares of PLTY. But because of the $5.94, and I laugh because that is probably the largest dividend for any single ETF, that monthly dividend that I have seen in 3 to 4 years of investing heavily in these dividend funds. So that gave us a total of $89.07. So even at a third of the shares, the total still beat NVDY, which we own 45 shares of. So taking that one off the board, the last one we have is the last and final fourth payment of QDTE. QDTE is our only weekly paying dividend. Again, 0.259 or 26 cents per share. We own 13 shares. And so we will gain another $3.37 to the account. Now, I do want to highlight QDTE. The weekly paying funds, they're not as exciting, right? Every week you get quite a bit less. But we got $3.37 here, $3.20 here, right? So we're up to $6.50. We got another $3.26, so $9.75. And then we got another $3 here. So right around $12.75, $13 from QDTE, which is $1 per share. If QDTE was a monthly paying dividend or a monthly paying ETF for their dividends, it would be $1 per share, which is very comparable and very competitive with some of the other funds in this account, right? GOOY only paid 38 cents, YBIT 55 cents, Maxi 10 cents. Right, so QDTE, in my opinion, was a very valuable addition to this portfolio that I will probably continue to expand in the future. Based on the performance of this month, right, jumping back to PLTY, 15 shares, obviously we have to expand that. If we can get $6 per share every month, that is crazy. They paid $5.94 this month. Looking at January, PLTY paid just under $3. So they almost doubled their dividend in February. And then if we look at December, which our projection is based off of, we have $3.35, right? So February's dividend, once again, almost doubled the dividend of January December. Both paying around $3 and now paying almost $6. So incredible results. Again, my jaw almost hit the floor when I saw that announcement. So for February, going back down here, you see a total of $540.66. In my video from last night, I would have been happy to get to $425, $450 based on the previous performance of these funds and the number of announcements we had left to go. But these mega announcements brought us all the way up to $540. That beats the $533 from January and gets us even closer to that goal of $675. Now, once again, these funds are highly volatile, right? We had a very slow start to February, very subpar performance for a lot of the funds, and that's based on the sluggish market overall. I've talked about that in previous videos. But the market picked up, especially for NVDY, PLTY. The volatility has been very high for those funds. So the option contract traders, they do a little bit better with that volatility. And so you can go from low lows to high highs. And that's what happened in February for our dividend announcements. We weren't even going to make $425, $450, and we almost exceeded that goal by $100. So coming back up here, that totals for 2 months of dividend payments, $10,000 initial investment, 2 months overall, we've made $1,074.49. Now, again, because of the volatility, that $1,320 capital loss that hasn't been realized yet, if we were to liquidate today, the account would technically be net negative. But 2 or 3 videos ago, 2 or 3 weeks ago for this account, the capital loss was at 0. And because my strategy is to hold these funds long term and continue to take that cash flow, at some point, if I want to change the strategy, I'm going to wait to sell the funds until the capital gain, capital loss is closer to 0. I'm not interested in capital gain. I'm not interested in waiting for them to all go up. And I'm not interested in capital loss. I'm interested in the dividends earned. Those dividends go right into my account. That $72, $89, $3.37 will go right into my brokerage account on February 28th. Whereas the $1,320 is unrealized, right? It's not taken from my account. It's not added to my account. It would only be realized if I sold the shares. So we're down minus 2.46%. We've gained, about 4% on the market today. Hopefully that trend continues through Thursday and Friday. And if it does in any significant manner, I'll be sure to put out a video this weekend showing how quickly those capital returns can fluctuate with a high risk, highly volatile investment strategy such as dividend investing. So quick video, quick update. I hope you enjoyed it. As always, everyone, subscribe, like, comment down below. I answer all the comments on my videos. Subscribe to be notified of new updates and last minute videos such as this one. And as always, everyone, thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you on the next one.